I had to go live.
I went live. I didn't even do the intro this time. I'm sorry. I was a little late on the game. My bad. That's my bad. This is Sean.
This is Steve.
Will.
Steve, keeping it green.
This is Ed.
Kenneth, keeping it honky.
Oh man. So after that confusion, my bad. But episode 7 of Ahsoka. I mean, I'll start off with my review. I mean, it was just as good as the last couple episodes. It doesn't get any worse. It keeps hitting. It keeps hitting little areas. I'll talk about it at the end where I don't know where we're going, but there were some theories that we thought and that are not the case with the stormtroopers. So that's interesting. Again, everything about this, it shows how good Thrawn is as a villain. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like he's like Thanos in a weird way of a big bad in the Marvel universe. And I really like that. And I feel it's going to be very short-lived when we get the movie, and it's going to be all over with that. And I feel like Thrawn is like an overart, like he should be. They should be building like a cinematic universe, and they have been. But it's just like weird to see like this character already hit us so hard with being such a good villain, and just like damn. So yeah, my review. This was a hero. This is again another good episode. But yeah, that's really all I got to say. I'll get into spoilers on that one, but yeah, hello.
Yeah, I mean it continues on. It continues to tell a good story. I'm liking the characters a lot. Like the last episode, I was just kind of like meh on Ezra a bit. Like I didn't, but this episode, I think he was a little bit better. The actor that was playing him was telling it felt more like Ezra. This time around, but he also got more screen time in the last episode. I'm liking Ahsoka more and more. I'm liking her arc here. I think she has a good arc. I don't want to give away too much in spoilers until everybody talks, but it was good. It was good. And you're right, Sean. But I think also with that is, they have, what is it, like 10 or so years until we get to Rey to probably fill in a trilogy if they wanted to of Thrawn. I don't know if it'll be that quick. So I don't think the show is going to have an ending like many people expect a TV show to have, like an ending, because there's just too much to do in the next 40 minutes. So, but it's good. I enjoy it. I think this was another high point. I just hope they stick the landing.
Yeah.
So I'll throw it to Steve since he wasn't here last week.
I got some nits to pick, but it was a good episode. It was funny because you just put it out there like 10 years till Rey, and I'm like, all right, so 10 years till Rey. That means the First Order's out there somewhere. That building that big ass planet they turn into a gun, like that doesn't take 10 years. That takes a long time. They got
there's remnants of the Empire still, right? Like, so that's part of it.
Ed was shaking his finger at me, so he knows something.
No, you just had that. What if it turns out that Thrawn was the one who started the construction of the Starkiller base?
See, there you go. Retcon it like that. He brings that shit from another galaxy. We have the ability to do that now. That's cool. No, I liked a lot of this episode, but man, Sabine continues to suck. And we'll talk more about that in spoilers. But she went to the Stormtroopers Academy of shooting guns. Boy, I'll tell you, there was some guys point blank, and she's just like Miss City. It's nonsense. Anyway, the nits to pick, but it was still fun. I liked the Force fighting and stuff. Oh, well, I guess we're not really in spoilers just yet, but you were talking about Thrawn, Sean. I think that it's kind of a testament to him how impactful he is just having these 2 live action episodes. Because if you're someone like me who hasn't watched all the animated stuff, you don't really have a super deep appreciation of Thrawn. I know of him, but I don't know all about him, and I didn't read any of the extended stuff or the books that were taken out of canon back in the day. So. But I know of him. But even then, like these 2 episodes, he just he steals every scene he's in. I'm like, oh, I want more. I just love how tactical he is. He's like, acceptable.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like we'll just.
But Steve, so did you
back
see
on.
any of Thrawn in the Rebel show?
No.
Because what they did here was nothing compared to some of the tactics he pulled off in seasons 3 and 4 in Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't exactly. I didn't mean like his tactical genius was on display. I meant more like how cold and calculating he was about it.
Yeah.
And just his matter of factness, and he's just like, no, like, don't worry about them. Like we got this other shit we got to worry about. Like I just like his whole attitude about it. So very, very cool. So I did like the episode. So, but when we get into spoilers, I'll have some more jokes to make. Until then, Ed.
I enjoy all of it. I mean, it's obvious. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But my problem that I have sometimes is that while I love the universe that Filoni is creating, it looks and feels like nothing else since some of the original Star Wars, which is fantastic because I love that continuity. But there are some plot holes and some writing gaps that are just driving me insane. And I'm a fan, so I get it. I can kind of understand it in my head. I don't know how people not like us watch this and sometimes are going, hey, yeah, this is great. I'm going to continue my Disney Plus subscription because this is great content. I mean, I don't know how it works for non-Star Wars fans. And, you know, you kind of do have to some degree appease them to make this. I mean, it's a business as much as it's entertainment, but I still do enjoy it. And as we get through it, there are some things, and yeah, we'll tackle those as we go through kind of beat by beat through here, but I still enjoy it. And I'm looking forward. I don't know how they're going to wrap this up in one episode. I mean, it's impossible.
It bothers me.
They're not.
Next week that comes out and they're like, it's a 2-hour movie to wrap up the series.
Well, and if that's what they have to give us, I'm not going to complain. But even in 2 hours, it's going to be challenging without leaving some major, huge cliffhanger.
We all know damn well we're going to turn it on. It's going to be like 38 minutes.
So with that, Kenneth, all you.
Yeah. So and kind of piggyback on what you just said, you know, I think it was you that pointed out when I was complaining about not seeing Thrawn yet. The name of the show is Ahsoka. And so we've seen Ahsoka's story basically end when she kind of came to peace and had her face off with, was that Anakin, not Anakin? That was kind of the resolution of her story. So now, you know, we don't really need to see her do anything other than just be a badass. There's no story growth for her to have in these last 2 episodes. So at that point, they're just completely setting up whatever the next thing is going to be. And so this is just one season. I don't see this as a season of Ahsoka, but so much as just one season of a never-ending Star Wars show. But my fun question is this. Now, back when Episode 4 first came out, the movie was just called Star Wars, right? I think the opening crawl had, Episode 4, but it was never marketed. They kind of changed it to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, after the fact, right? What if they were to rebrand Episodes 7, 8, and 9 as 10, 11, 12 and actually do 7, 8, and 9 as the heir to the Empire with Thrawn doing a full trilogy and have those movies come out over the next, 7, 8 years?
I mean, it sounds nice.
One can dream.
That sounds nice. I really, to me, it's something, man. Something is in the works, and I don't know what they're doing over there, but something's coming, and I'm very curious. Like this, I don't know where the fuck this is going. And Kenneth, I don't know if you're done, but I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly where I'm at. Like, I'm loving it, but where's it going? And there's no way that they can wrap up all of these connections in one movie. Like, basically, we're seeing the movies, but what's going to be the actual story of a movie? And that one story needs to be a trilogy, not a one-off.
So here's my question to the group here, right? You asked, where is this going? Why can't we just enjoy the journey? Like, we don't need the destination yet. Do you want this to be over?
You take a
I
pill.
don't.
No, I don't want it to be over. But if we look at the original trip,
Sorry.
What did you say, Steve? Did you say, did I take a pill?
Yeah, like you take a pill, you feeling you're like, come on, guys, like can we all just get along?
I actually did. So I had a little bit of anxiety earlier, you know.
Steve, you messed around the button.
I guess Steve knows when I'm on medication and when I'm off medication. I'm a bitch when I'm off medication,
Yeah.
and when I'm on, I'm all zen and peaceful.
Hey, like, let's just enjoy the journey, man.
But in seriousness, right? Like right now, this is really good content and story building, right?
True.
And the question we all have is, where the fuck is this going? Well, we know Filoni's getting a movie, so we know this is probably the core cast of his movie because this is who he truly loves because of Rebels and Clone Wars. So to me, that's where we're going. We're going into a movie universe. This is the prequel to that movie. Let's just enjoy it. Like I don't need the end game right now because I don't need it.
I don't need an end game, and I love the journey. But what I'm looking at is almost like when we get even in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a long story that they're telling, but each little capsule kind of has a beginning, middle, and end. So while this is just an episode, it has different chapters. We're going to get to 8, but I kind of want to see the Ahsoka piece kind of come to some level of a conclusion. Mm-hmm. You can leave cliffhangers and have it build from there, but where we're at feels like we're going to come up against a wall. And there's no way we can get even some answers. Like A New Hope, they blew up the Death Star. It's great. And you move on. The end of Empire, yeah, Han's off with Jabba, but you kind of feel that there's an end to that chapter, but you want more. I don't see how they're even going to end this chapter.
You know how they're going to end this chapter? Thrawn's going to get into the galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy. So that's the end. The end is going to be they failed. That Thrawn has appeared, that Thrawn has shown up. Because that's the easiest way to go from what you're telling here, right? Like, what they're going to have a bit of a battle. Something's going to happen with Balin because he left. Like, the funniest shit with that was, like, Thrawn was like, hey, where's your mercenary? He's not even on the battlefield. You know, we can't trust these Jedi.
This is all really good. You know, considering your dude wasn't there, fuck.
Exactly. He was like, that was pretty funny. And even Balin's like, all right, Shin, if you really want to go work with them, go ahead. I'm going to go this way, you know. And then I'll battle Ahsoka, but then I'm not really going to try hard because even though that was a good lightsaber battle, like he still seemed to kind of own it.
Slow it down. We
gotta get spoilers, aren't we? I mean, we're there. We're talking about it.
Yeah, I didn't put my screenshot up. God,
we'll get to your screenshot.
Let's go. Let's spoil.
Yeah, we don't have a spoiler warning here. We're just talking.
I could make one. You want me to make one? Like
hey, Steve, can I get one? Can I get one next week?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
The whole show's a spoiler.
Oh man.
I was gonna say. I mean, we're talking about even. So, what do you guys think about the 3PO?
So, I was just gonna talk about just this, like graphically, like the shots of
beautiful.
All this is just like that's like art right there, man. That is so fucking clean.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
Yeah.
Ryan, keep it.
Ryan, sorry, Ryan. No, I did not sell all my collectibles to build my Blockbuster basement. I do have most of them still. But I did think, Sean, not only like the fact that 3PO showed up, but that little musical note in the background, that the classic Star Wars music was just like, ooh,
yeah,
dang. And that one judge or senator, whoever, the guy in the green, that guy's
Ziono.
That guy's a bitch. I call him as a traitor. He's got to work for the Empire, right?
Well, Steve, his son is a rebel. Like, he actually was in that cartoon. Fuck, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was on Disney Plus. It was very short lived. The animation was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like New Republic or something. It was like the shit cell shading one, right?
Yeah. So the main character, that's his father.
So the apple falls far from that tree because this dude right here sucks.
Yeah, this dude sucks.
Well, but that's the thing, right? Like, it's a mirror to the Empire not caring about the rebellion. You remember when they were sitting all around the table talking? They're like, those guys can't do shit, blah, 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 blah. This is the same shit.
I like how Chopper and 3PO both get offended when that guy's like any droid. They're like, what the fuck?
Chopper
Yeah,
was.
Chopper would do something about it though. C3PO would just whine about it.
Chopper is ready to get up and smack him.
Yeah, I feel like Chopper, they kind of brought Chopper back a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the droid is so damn big and they don't know how to really I think it's like a brand new thing, but like he's more subtle like in this take on him. Because in the animated is a little different, but he's not as like animated as he used to be. Like, usually he'd be like and do all this shit and
That costs a lot of money.
But this whole scene here is, as much as it is about Hera and everything else going on, it's more of like it's a stall. It's like it's a member berry episode. It's like, ooh, he said Leia. Now all I'm thinking about is how cool it is, and I'm seeing C-3PO and hearing the words Princess Leia or Senator Leia or whatever. And like before I know it, the scene's over, and I don't know what the fuck they talked about. I was just like so caught up in that this is so cool thing,
Yeah.
I like the call out to Gideon. So you're getting some crossover between series.
Yeah.
And do you think that the main council sitting there is this like a Return of the Jedi group? Admiral Akbar, is that
But that's not Akbar.
That's not Akbar though.
Are we sure? Because I looked at Return of the Jedi. The spots on his head are pretty damn close.
So apparently there's like a general thing right here. This is not a general like signet. Like that's not.
Well, if he gave up his commission to join the politics, who knows what he is.
I'm gonna throw this out as a nit to pick also. Like, as much as I love the design of all things Star Wars, the Republic's medals are garbage. They look like they're wearing chiclets. You know what I'm saying? Still in the wrapper. Like, they just glued some fucking coarse ass gum to their chests. That's it.
Is that Lando's co-pilot? Yep.
Nimnum? No, I don't think so.
Same race.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, this is pushing forward. It again.
Well, and in the comics, Hera and Leia, work together a lot.
Yeah.
To set everything up prior to Episode 7.
Yeah.
To build a new rebellion, because of the First Order, because all these assholes aren't doing anything about it.
Yeah, the Senate they suck.
They always
except for her.
Yeah.
Well, but she disarmed everything. That's the other problem. She went to, we're going to not have weapons, and yet all the Empire and the First Order are growing underneath this theory, and then they build Starkiller base that blow up an entire planet.
Seems like a timely debate.
Well, it is. But Star Wars has always been about these timely debates, right?
One of the other things in that whole scene that I don't know is when Ziono makes the comment about Hera saying, "Well, you're doing all these things for personal gain." Like, there seems like there's something more to it, and I would love a little bit of exposition, or even if it's like a hallway scene, just to kind of give us a little bit more to fill in that gap of, okay, what are we really talking about here? Is he just a dick just in general? But he makes little comments that, I don't know, they're specific, but they don't really call to anything that any of us know.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could take that out on its face value, right? Like, if you look at like a lot of militaries, a lot of the big time primo generals that have won wars, right? They like to continue the war going because that's when they have power. So sometimes you look at it that way as, oh, she just wants to continue her power grab. He's not looking at it that she's a hero, but he's looking at it as, oh, somebody else who wants power.
All right.
Somebody getting a call.
So jumping to this part, I mean, like this space whales, again, like their hyperdrive is so cool, and it really is like it just looks beautiful. Like they do a really good job with that part. Very good.
Yeah, just looks like a painting.
This was nice. Her whole background shit. I want that whole thing back there. I need everything.
You don't have it right there, right now.
Yeah, I need it. I need it all.
Look at her, just in that picture right there. Her facial expression, like that shit is straight animation.
Yeah,
like that looks so good.
Yeah, he did a really good job with that. Even her stance, like, did you notice how she holds her saber? She holds it at the top. I never noticed that, like with
Yeah, like
her.
right by the
Like
lightsaber blade.
Balin does too. Balin holds his like right at the top too.
I mean, that's because samurais and everybody
I was gonna say
they
that's
always
a
hold it right
samurai.
there on the.
Yep.
This was awesome too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, because they were able to hide a lot of that de-aging CGI because he was a hologram, and it just made it work so much better.
Yeah, they made it work so well, man.
Asajj Ventress
Yeah.
gets called out in live action.
Grievous, Asajj, and fucking Dooku. Like, I was like, this was way before. These recordings were way before what happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
these are the same recordings in Rebels. Remember when he
Ezra
shared
was-
it with Ezra? Yeah,
Yeah.
he showed Ezra that.
See, I wish they had done the hologram thing for Tarkin and Rogue One. I mean, I give them an A for effort, with the whole CG reskin thing, but they could have had that actor do the hologram thing. It would have been perfectly acceptable, and this would have.
Yeah, I agree. Actually,
I don't know.
My only issue with this is that for whatever reason, Ahsoka's lightsabers do not sound like lightsabers. They don't make the traditional hum and like that would be. I don't know why they didn't, but I miss that.
yeah, and I agree with you because it's weird when I look at her lightsabers. I feel like they're just on a light, like they're just like there's like a long light going. It doesn't seem like it's like
Yeah, it's like she put a silencer on it or something.
Yeah,
and it took away the color and the sound.
yeah.
Well, maybe she's like a ninja.
Looks so clutch. Just I love all this Anakin in the animated series armor.
Yeah.
It just I just think it's so cool.
Well, I like how his chest piece. I've never noticed it before from the Rebel or from Clone Wars, but his shoulder piece. That's his Darth Vader mantle. Like he has that, in a manner.
It's pretty close. It's definitely a play on it.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
You can see where that. You can see that going in that direction.
I never really noticed it either, but it is. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. Shit. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, she said he had 20 more of these recordings. I mean, again, we've seen them in Rebels. If you watch Rebels,
If they released all those recordings as like a little mini-sode series, would you watch it, Sean? Or it's just him walking around talking?
He would, and you'd be training with his lightsaber. He'd get the lightsaber out, you'd see Sean training.
If you put that into a toy and fucking make that to like a little hologram thing, I would fucking buy that shit in a quick and hurry with no problems. That'd be dope as shit. I would totally say it. Again, really good scene. I had to take a picture of some of the shit there.
It was just funny because right before the scene started, I was thinking like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. I was like, you're gonna have some Ahsoka in your Ahsoka series, right? At some point, and she is a woman of few words throughout this whole. I think she's had the least amount of lines of like anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, some really great lightsaber battles. So I guess it makes up for that. I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
This banter between the two of them is fantastic.
Their banter is amazing. Like I love their banter.
He blinked
Yes.
again here,
Agreed.
Steve. He blinked again.
He's always fucking blinking, bro.
He's got to
Gotta get
moisten those light bulbs.
I don't get it.
Yeah, Steve, you know what? And it fucks me up. Ever since you brought that shit up,
I know. Every time I see it, I'm like,
every
fucking
goddamn
Steve.
time you
Like, I didn't even pay attention to it. Now it's like, fucking Steve. Bringing this shit up.
it fucks me up. I'm like, God damn you, Steve. Now
Why
I'm
is he
just
blinking?
like,
He got no lips and his mouth's not moving, but he's blinking. What the
yeah,
hell?
bring it all up. And the whole time I'm like, God damn it, why is he blinking?
It's just a weird thing. Like, I don't know.
Yo, this was one hell of a trap. Like, yo, the
It
trap.
was cool.
I did not think this was gonna happen. I thought they were gonna have like fucking like, but I forgot they only got like one ship. But I didn't realize that they were gonna drop all these goddamn bombs on these damn things.
Well, but I liked the way they handled it in Galaxy Quest better than here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Galaxy Quest, they used the minefield to their advantage. They were like, and these ones were magnetic. They were fucking activating and fucking flying towards. So I'm like,
They were
let's
fucking
go.
them whales up.
I'm like,
I was not
in
happy
this
that
one
they're
case,
killing whales.
fucking Tim Allen beat Ahsoka. I'm just saying.
I do have to agree with Gatsu here. Like, I think Balin, the character, has really stolen the show. Like,
I
he's-
agree. It's sad.
I want to know. I want to know the backstory. I want to see.
Give me that in
General
animation, then. Give me that in
Yeah.
animation, then. Do some fucking sick dark animation and just have it be a Lord Balin series. I'd watch that.
I'm gonna need this as a statue, like right now. Like, give it to me, I'll take it. Studio scale. I don't give a fuck what it is. Yo, I gotta know what's in those damn cases, man. I gotta know because it's something. It's something. Like clearly, it's the setup of bringing those cases back to wherever he's going. I don't know what they are.
It's got to be some element or something that'll help.
Do we get that reveal next week?
What if it's
have to.
kyber crystals that they've been mining on this planet that's going to then fuel Starkiller Base's laser?
Yo, I don't think there's anything he has to do with Starkiller Base, man.
I'm telling you right now, I think it's got to lead into the First Order.
You think so?
Steve's right.
They're gonna open it up, and it's gonna be First Order armor. He's gonna be like, "All right, boys, suit up."
I got new armor. We've been these guys in red taped armor because I've been saving the new stuff for the new guys.
Deliveries is
I don't
fucked
think-
up.
You know, it's just like getting the new hire at work. You know, you get all the crappy clothes and shit, and then the new guy comes in, he gets all the nice new equipment.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like, what
swag.
the fuck?
They're getting fucking swag.
So to me, my hunch here and my theory is that again, Thrawn went up against some shit out there. He found those fucking things. He had his little sisters, whatever, his night sisters. He found some type of thing to put them to sleep, and they are in fucking stasis right now. And I think whatever he fucking grabbed out there and he captured, it's in those little cases, and he's gonna let that shit loose when he gets to the actual universe, so where his power is more increased. He's gonna make them stormtroopers or some shit, something he has in there. Remember, Thrawn is a tactician, and whatever they probably beat him, and he figured out how to beat them, and he figured out how to trap them, and he's gonna bring those with him. I'm telling you, there's something more powerful in there than what we know.
I don't know what the fuck you just said,
You
but I
be
think it's
right.
full of a bunch of baby Yodas.
I'm telling you, there's some shit in those
A
cases.
bunch of Grogu's.
Could it have anything to do with that? What was the one character that was just ended up being a green smoke inside the suit?
Merrick.
Merrick. Could it be connected to that, where they have a bunch of Merricks that are Force users?
I don't know.
I like the idea of that Thrawn's just like this really high fucking level trafficker. So
Trafficking drugs. There's drugs in there.
it's fucking,
Fentanyl.
it's
So this
that
is
fucking.
low. This is
Yeah.
not anything else.
He's like, this shit is clean. It's like 100%, bro. It's not cut at all.
So the movie is
Straight
going to
from
be
the source.
It's going to be Scarface, but Thrawn.
Could you imagine? They fucking
He's
the
been
rebels
doing
bust into
boatloads of
Thrawn's like cabin room, and he's just standing there with a pile of coke. He's like, say hello.
This is pure 100%.
Yeah, he's like right before he starts shooting, he's like,
But instead of I was gonna say instead of coke, he's grinding up kyber crystals. That's
Yeah,
oh my God.
And they skip the copper crystal.
He's like, this shit is.
Can you imagine? He's like turns in like Crank. He's just like,
Exactly. So then you get force power, right? You get midi-chlorians with sniffing the kyber crystal.
I need to smoke more weed. A little needs to take more pills, and we can write a dope fucking Star Wars thing. I'm telling you.
This is where Thrawn realizes that Anakin was her master.
That was cool. That was
And
cool.
and again, deep in, I mean, you know, if you're going back to the comic books, him and Thrawn work together again. You
Why
know,
does he have so many pens?
he knows who he is. He does have a lot of pens.
Why
Those
does
are
he have pens?
security.
Like the
Those are
lot of
security
cylinders.
sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like pens.
Like security codes, like nuclear keys or something like that. That's
It's
what
like
they-
he's like if anybody needs anything written, I'm your man. I
Yeah.
fucking got you.
Yeah.
How about
the
the-
next episode? He's got an ink stain. He's like, shit,
Could you imagine?
You be
got
mad
my
as
pocket
shit.
protector. Damn it!
Where the fuck that shit come from?
He's standing there talking. Everyone just keeps looking at the spot. He's like, "Is anybody listening to me?" Like, what?
The inquisitorial database is where they have everything. That was an interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. You're quite right, of course. Jedi are very good at hiding. I mean,
Been doing it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. He's never even he's never respected Jedi. He thinks that they're cowards because
Mhm.
they run off and hide. So this is
And he said it. If Ahsoka is anything like his like her master, she'd be unpredictable and quite dangerous. So he knows that he was Vader, though. Like I think, he knows.
He knew that. He found that out. He used it against Vader, and then and he knew Anakin because he helped Anakin save Padme. So
yeah. Thank you, Lil. Look at that deep diving.
I mean, I know some stuff.
So I still like these little rock guys. They're cool.
I love the quick update for what Ezra needed. Oh well, the Empire was defeated. They went to Andor, and the Emperor may be still alive.
Which is shocking to me that she didn't bring up Luke. Because it's like she knows of a Jedi. She knows Jedi. Hera knows Leia.
A little again, like I told you last week, nobody knows that Luke destroyed the I'm telling you. And there was I think a screen.
So is this before Luke's Jedi Academy or during or?
I think
he's just starting it.
Yeah, it's got to be right because remember in Mandalorian he was building it when Grogu was there. Grogu was going to be the first student, and then he's like, "Nope, I'm going with Mando."
Luke's like, "It's cool because I'm not done building it yet. Get the fuck out of here. We're not open."
So this conversation was great until they get to the last part where it's like, "Oh, it's complicated." I'm like, "Really?"
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna.
She's dead, and I then betrayed her immediately.
Yeah.
She told me not to destroy this. I decided not to because I wanted to find you. And I didn't realize this that what he was wearing. People are saying online that those are stormtrooper dog tags.
Oh shit!
And that chainmail is like, and maybe that. Remember we were talking last week about like why Thrawn was saying his forces are depleted. Well, maybe Ezra was murdering all of them, fighting through them for a while, and then all of a sudden, it's taking it forever. He decided to join the hermit crab people.
When did I don't know about that.
I don't buy that.
Yeah, I didn't know stormtroopers wore dog tags either. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
And I don't see him.
Yeah.
I mean, especially there was a cool fight scene, but if it were just him against those stormtroopers, they'd have killed him.
That fight scene didn't indicate to me that he's that much of a badass. I mean,
No.
Yeah, it didn't really.
Yeah, but he was in Rebels. Like he was really good, and maybe that's why.
He was dope with a lightsaber in Rebels.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why he's like, no, I don't want one now because he's been living with these pacifists for so long. He's kind of adapted to that.
Well, you better get over that shit real quick.
Well,
or if you haven't
sucks.
If you haven't swung a sword in 10 plus years, you might not be very good with it and cut your own hand off. So it's like, I don't need that right now.
Rusty. Yeah.
Another lead Jedi cutting his hand off. Jeez.
I love this part right here. This was really cool. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. These mothers are amazing to me. Like, I love everything about the Night Sisters. I think that they're doing a great job with that. They're accurate, the display of everything. Like, I love it. Like,
they're scarier than anything you'll see in the Insidious franchise.
You know the great part about this is there's no jokes. Like, there's no like this is serious shit. Like, there's no like
Ezra's telling
Ezra told jokes, but like when it comes like to this Thrawn shit, like it's just really serious.
Oh, it's definitely a tonal shift whenever it's them versus when it's
Do you think there's a
like,
connection?
Oh no, I'm gonna suck again. Watch, it's about to happen.
So you have the connection here between Ahsoka and Sabine, but you notice like when they make that connection and that force is in full use, that's when the Night Mother is like, got her. Yep. So are they picking up on her force ability, and that's how they pinpoint her?
I think so. I mean,
that's awesome.
That's what they were saying, how they could track her coming in. They could feel her force presence.
So, and this was very much the asteroid scene from Empire. They even lifted one of the lines right from it.
Oh, straight from it.
Yeah,
Straight.
and I think there's even a scene where the Jedi ship flies forward, and then you see which is one of the whale bones move, and it looks identical to an asteroid when it clips one of the TIE fighters. I mean,
Yeah.
it's beat for beat right from Empire.
Yeah, there was one where the scene where the ship was coming through and it just exploded right on impact. I was like, God damn, like that. It surprised me because I didn't see it coming, but it was this is like straight out of Empire. It was really,
I think that it's just cool that the rings of this planet are the bones of these space whales. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It's super dark.
yeah, it's dark as shit. Let's see. Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Oh yeah.
damn, like it's beat for beat. Like Dave Filoni loves Lord of the Rings. Clearly,
It feels like you know exactly what it feels like to be there. Like it's probably muggy. It's a little cold.
looks damp.
Everything's damp. It's squishy. The ground is squishy.
We missed something in the Ezra Sabine conversation when Sabine's like, "Oh yeah, I'm being trained," and he's like, "Really? You?
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Right?
yeah. And I'm like, and guess what, Ezra? It's not going great. It's kind of amazing that she's even here right now, to be honest.
Lucky.
She has fumbled her way to you.
She really has. Oh man, this was interesting, man. How Balin just kind of, Lo was talking about it earlier. He was like, go and take your place in the Empire, because I don't really need you for what I'm about to do.
Especially considering that there is no empire right now, and he's saying the coming empire. So like already writing off the Republic, that's not going to last.
Yeah,
She
well, I mean,
mentioned-
we've seen it 3 times, right?
And she mentioned in a previous episode where she was like, "That's the power I want," and he's like, "That's fleeting," but she still keeps leaning like that's where she wants to go. So he's like, "Fine, if that's what you want, have at it."
Yeah, the ambition drives you in one direction, and he's like, my path lies in another. And then he's like, I love this. Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat. I was like, damn, that is a hell of a quote.
Yeah, they're dropping some serious knowledge.
Yeah,
I might have to steal that for work.
yeah. yo, Balin, he's the best shit coming out of this show, man. Like real shit.
100%.
It's sad.
I saw a article online suggesting that if they have to recast to use Liev Schreiber,
Oh fuck. That would
I
be
bet
I
that-
could see it.
Everybody that made Game of Thrones looking at that screenshot like, man, missed it.
yeah.
Damn.
Right, Steve? Right?
That man looks good in armor with a beard.
Yeah. Fuck. We could have had him in Game of Thrones. That'd have been nice.
Oh, and look, all these assholes went to the Stormtrooper Academy of shooting too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're at least
They probably got
riding on the
trained
house.
by the Ribbon Boys here.
Steve. Oh, I love your commentary. This was like straight out of Lord of the Rings, like the scene.
This was great.
Yeah.
This was all great. I love the little crab guys and their awesome little crab cars. Of course that's what they have.
Slingshots and rocks,
Yeah.
And Ezra had his slingshot early on in Rebels.
He did. So I was like, maybe he taught them how to do slingshot shit, I guess. I don't know. It didn't work though.
No,
Slingshot.
they were
Nah.
very inconsequential.
But I do love their caravan thing. I love those little like beetle thing. Like those are really cool, man.
They're
I really
shells.
like those.
They're replica shells.
They're very, very cool. I really did enjoy this whole scene, actually. It seemed very old, though, like old Western. Like the way
Yeah.
that they were moving it is like,
Well, they would do that in the old, when they were having like wagon trains, and like shit would go down. They would
And you
they'd
circle the wagon.
circle the wagons around to protect everything in the middle.
yeah.
So they obviously do have 2 speeds, because when they didn't know people were chasing them, they were just putting along like it was nothing. All of a sudden, they put it in full
They
gear. They're
Yeah.
like, let's go.
Yeah,
Like, and they were only cooking at about like 35 miles an hour. But they were cooking, you know what I mean? Like that's as fast because those dogs caught up to them relatively quickly.
yeah, it had a Mad Max feel to it. That's awesome. I also love that part too. That was really cool. This was, I mean, her jumping off and like landing right in front of fucking Balin. Like, how? Like, really? Like, how?
That's- A lot of
Thanks a lot.
times, the show like a lot of times suffers from like the 2015 Godzilla syndrome, where it's like set up, set up, set up. Right as we're about to fight, cut to another scene. Like, God
Like
damn
that.
it,
Cool
cut
scene.
it out. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but they pose and talk for so long, and then right when they're about to get to something, they fucking move over to these jerk offs sucking again.
You know what, Steve? I knew you were going to bring that up because I remember reviewing that Godzilla movie, and we were just screaming about it the whole time. You don't see shit.
No, the Force is my ally. Here, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this.
I'm kind of with you, Steve. I enjoy it. I do like it, but this whole shit right here is you take it. No, you take it. I was like, no.
Yeah,
and
but
then
we've seen force fighting before, so
yeah, no, the force fighting was great, but then like, well, this was cool. This was cool.
I like their first lightsaber battle better.
Oh yeah, the first one was definitely better.
Agreed.
But like his ally is the Force. What did he do? Like 3 Force pushes?
Yeah, he didn't do shit.
And they didn't seem like they. And then he got his ass knocked out by a Force push. Like, damn, that's all you're doing, and you don't even have defense for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ezra's very subtle on his shit. Like, I need him to step his game up. Like,
he has not been practicing while he's been away.
Yeah, this whole shit he's doing right now is not good. I really hope it takes a turn for the best, and I hope they don't kill him off.
And during this fight, it almost seemed like Lord Balin wasn't. It didn't seem like he was really even trying.
No, I think he was just stalling. He was just stalling Ahsoka, and then just kind of like that's what I said. Like,
it seems like he don't want to kill her. It seems like he just wants.
But
to
like that right there, that face right there, that's when she took his fucking ride, and that's the only time I've seen him be like, "Fuck." Like, he looks like genuinely upset. Like, I gotta walk in this shit now. It's dumb far to wherever I gotta go. Ooh, you need some of those, Sean. These little troop transports, those things look fucking sweet.
They do look cool.
They're like little edges of the wings look like TIE fighter wings, like maybe repurposed or something.
So is Balin somehow on the same page as Thrawn? Because
I don't.
Thrawn talks about how, time is on his side, but Balin is also making comment of like time is short. Like it's almost like he knows or has some clue as to what's happening.
And he still told Ahsoka right there that he wouldn't allow her to interfere or get in the way or whatever it was. So
yeah, they're definitely on the right page. So and this was stupid.
It was Jar Jar. Me give up.
Yeah, don't shoot. Wait, can we talk about like that? I was like, man.
Yeah, and it made me not like I had such high respect for his whole gang of ragtag stormtroopers that survived in another galaxy, and then it turns out they still suck.
They're still stormtroopers.
No, they're terrible. They still shoot.
They are the worst. They have them. Look at they have them surrounded in cover with armor and guns, and they all die.
Only Imperial troops are so precise, or not.
I love this scene though. He's like, "Oh, we're all back together again. I hope I survived long enough to see outcome."
Look right there. You caught him blinking, mid blink.
God damn it, Steve.
Close your eyes.
Oh man.
Well,
Again, I love when Sabine uses her armor. I do not care about the lightsaber shit. I could care less. But when she uses her armor and she does all her Mandalorian shit, I love it. Like, I'm like,
well, there was cool splashes here, like that where she was doing the fire and Ezra pulled her away, and she was still doing the fire. Like, that was cool. They just didn't do anything else with it.
Yeah,
I think we've debunked the whole concept of the stormtroopers being like Merrick the Undead.
Oh no, they're pieces of shit, and they just died. And fell over. Like, I was like, oh
yeah,
that sucked. I was like, okay, well,
stormtroopers gonna be stormtroopers.
Yeah, I love how Thrawn's just like, oh, they're unfortunate losses, but I feel like we still won the day.
The look on her face is like, what the hell have you been watching? What do you mean won the day?
Yo, she did. She was like, huh?
Yeah, but this is where he zings it right here, given the absence of your guy.
Burn.
Yeah.
He says it.
I brought 600 casts to the fight. You brought 2, and only 1 showed up. I'm just saying, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he did that shit smart though. The cargo transfer is now almost complete. So again,
although I have to punch a hole in this.
I don't understand why it's taking so fucking long. But
well, she said it's going to take 3 days.
Oh, she did. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but still, like, okay, so it bought time. Like when this ends, yes, they're together, but they still have a starship, which means they could get to the Star Destroyer in what, 5 minutes?
I mean, it didn't take them that long to get to where they're at on the dogs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they hop in Ahsoka's ship, they'll be there fucking like now.
Now, it
They'll
would
be
be a
there
small
yesterday.
Jedi fighter versus a Star Destroyer. It's kind of a one-sided, but still.
Not if there's a like a event that they can
Well,
just shoot right.
Park the
That's
fucking
what-
starship 10 miles away where the ship can't get you, and ride in the rest of the way on the dogs.
Agreed. Well, time is not on Ahsoka's side, and
Look,
it's very
see?
much on.
Look at those chiclets on his chest.
I wonder. I'm curious how they did the red eyes. Is that all CG, or did they put some shit in his eyes? Like, I'm very curious how they did that.
I don't know.
I think it's got to be like in digital touch-ups. Like, you know what, Sean? I
Couldn't be
saw the scene from Star Trek 2009 where like Chris Pine was like trying to hook up with Zoe Saldana's roommate, and that is a girl covered in green paint, and you could see it so like it's patchy and weird, and you're like but like it's so good to see. Like Ahsoka looks great, Thrawn looks great, Hera looks great. Like it all like just works now.
Need that ship.
It was kind of an after-school special fucking ending where they're all
Hugging and stuff. Yeah.
Yay!
We just need Zeb.
Well,
She's
that's
like-
training people.
and then Sabine's over here like huh, I thought you were dead, like
You what?
laughing about it, and like huh, like yeah, so you thought she was dead, and then like this is the first time you even brought it up. Like she sucks, she's bad at even being a friend.
She thought she was dead and decided to destroy the galaxy to find her other friend.
Yeah, so when does that shoe drop? When you tell Ezra what really happened? Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I joined the bad guys and sacrificed everything, thought Ahsoka was dead, all to come to see you. Like,
Yeah, well, if you're anybody other than Ezra, you really know where you land on the friend hierarchy, don't you? You're like, God damn.
burn the world.
Yeah.
Kenneth,
I
you
guess
was
we know who
quiet.
your best friend is.
Kenneth, you quiet. What you got to say about it? You good?
No, I mean, yeah, Ed hit on a lot of good points of how like it's fun, but there's some plot hole here. Yeah. I'd like to see. I know Thrawn's such a good character, and he's very good at tactics. So I really do hope in the movie, assuming the movie's about him and the heir to the Empire and all that, that they actually step it up and really showcase his abilities, which means he needs to be killing some dudes, like permanently killing them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he will. I mean, I think it's going to be, we're going to see, again, part of the weakness of the Republic, which leads into the strength of the First Order.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to be. He might not be around for it,
Do you think an ending to this could be something like maybe they foil Thrawn's plan, and the only people that get out of there are Sabine and Ezra in Ahsoka's ship, and left behind is Ahsoka, Lord Balin, the sisters, and Thrawn? Then you could tell a whole ass other. You could start a whole another
galaxy.
chronological thing right there.
But going into this season, or going into season 5 of Rebels, aka Ahsoka, the whole point was they were stuck over there, so now they're just gonna be stuck over there again. It'd be, I don't know.
Well, Ezra
Thrawn
wouldn't
needs to
be.
come back. Thrawn at least needs to come back.
Agreed.
They need to get they need to get the show on the road. If the Republic is going to be destroyed within the next, like Will said, 10 years, Thrawn needs to destroy it. Between their
it
hubris.
could go multiple ways. We can think it's Thrawn who needs to destroy it, but we know, that Palpatine has somewhat, come back. We know that plot is there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be Thrawn. We've seen the cloning stuff that Moff Gideon has been doing. So I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it could venture off into a galaxy far, far away.
And I'd just rather see all that Palpatine stuff remain in the background because we know it comes back for 7, 8, 9. Just keep that in the background. We know it's there. Give Thrawn the spotlight. Give something different the spotlight. Let's see the Jedi's, and the Republic fall, not because of a Sith, but because of somebody who's just smart. you know, and I
It's
don't
not
know.
even going to fall because of somebody who's going to be smart. It's going to fall because of the failure in the democracy.
Well,
right?
true, yeah.
That's how the original one
Yeah.
felt. It failed because nobody could see it. Everybody was
Yeah.
blinded by their own hubris.
Yeah.
And that's how liberty dies. Well, the Shadow Council's sitting there waiting for Thrawn.
Yep.
So I'd like to see them get their reward.
I take it everyone is going to be here next week for the season finale.
Yep.
Expect everybody to be here.
Maybe.
I'm not logging off between now and then.
Yeah. Well, you stay up.
Doing
I'm just
7
gonna
days.
randomly check throughout the week, like logging in, like, holy
It's
shit,
still
it's still
on.
there.
Ed's there eating cereal. What? Ed's working out.
So,
Ed's just there watching some hockey games. It's like all these different things that Ed does in his life.
so listen, like, subscribe, listen to the show, do whatever you gotta do, help tell your friends, do whatever you gotta do every week. We will be here every week talking about Star Wars going forward. I know I will be. And thank you for joining us tonight. This is Sean.
This is Steve.
I'm gonna keep cutting them off because I've been on every one of these. So
You too.
This is Ed.
This is Kenneth.
And may the force be with you.
Always.